Alright boys and girls, I hope you're all having a lovely day, okay? Today boys, I wanted to talk about 7 PS2 games that I still play in 2023. Now if you guys know me, okay, you know that I absolutely love the PS2, okay? It's quite possibly my favourite console of all time, okay? And I literally play it almost every day. I kid you not when I say that I probably play my PS2 more than I play my PS5, okay? I literally play it all the time, whereas the PS5, I'll be honest with you, I don't even play it that often. There's just something about this era of gaming that I just absolutely love, boys, you know? Like, there's so many amazing games in this era, there's so many unique and original titles, and I just love coming back and playing the PS2, okay? It's just one of the best systems ever made.
Me like.
So because I do play my PS2 all the time, lads, like, this could have been a really long... I could have done, like, 50 PS2 games that I play in 2023, okay? Because I'm constantly playing games and beating them and stuff on the PS2. But I wanted to focus today on games that I, like, come back to and play often. Like, the games that I'm going to be talking about today are games that I didn't just play, like, once. Like, I've played them once, and then I come back to them, and I play them again and again and again and again. They're just games that I constantly come back to, you know, so I wanted to focus on games like that today. So let's kick things off, boys and girls, with our first game on the list, okay, and that's going to be GTA Vice City. So yeah, obviously the GTA series, lads, is absolutely iconic, okay? There's so many amazing GTA titles, but the PS2 is where GTA was really a big thing. We obviously had GTA 3, boys, which is an absolute classic, okay? One of the greatest games ever made, okay? Especially for the time. On the PS2, we also had GTA San Andreas, which is another one that I play all the time, okay? I absolutely love San Andreas, okay? But the one that I feel like I play the most at the minute is GTA Vice City. I think the reason I've been coming back to this one a lot lately, lads, is the fact that it's just Vice City, you know? Like, Vice City is just such an amazing map. I just love that sort of 1980s sort of Scarface era of, like, things. Like, I just love that sort of vibe that this game gives off. And if you don't already know this, lads, Scarface is easily one of my favorite movies of all time, okay? It's probably in my top 10. And this game basically is Scarface the video game, okay? I mean, there is a Scarface video game, which is amazingly good, by the way, but this came out before that, and it definitely is heavily inspired by Scarface, okay? And again, I think that's part of the reason I really love it. And yeah, it's just got some amazing missions, lads. It's got a great story, some great characters, and also the soundtrack to this game, boys. This is one of the best soundtracks in video game history. And that's part of the reason you should play this PS2 version over, like, the other versions of this game, because you could play the definitive edition on PS4 or PS5, but that version has obviously taken out a lot of songs from this game, okay? But if you play this version, you get the complete soundtrack, okay? And it's definitely worth experiencing the full soundtrack, okay? Because there's some absolute bangers that unfortunately have been taken out. But yeah, I just absolutely love this game, lads. It's so fun to just mess around, okay? You can just get guns and shoot random civilians. You can do missions. You can drive around and chill. Enjoy the soundtrack. Enjoy the setting. Just, it's a great game, boys. I don't know why I'm even trying to sell you on GTA. You know GTA Vice City is a classic anyway. Okay, boys, the next game we're going to be talking about, okay, is going to be Tekken 4, okay? This is my all-time favorite fighting game. I'm not really a big fighting game fan, okay? I'm not really into too many fighting games. I'm just not very good at them, to be honest.
Dude, you're not even doing it right. You're just mashing the buttons.
But Tekken 4 is the exception to the rule of fighting games for me, okay? I absolutely adore this game. I'm not very good at it, okay? I'm just not good at any fighting games, but I honestly I can't get enough of this game. The first thing I want to highlight with this game, lads, is the soundtrack, okay? And that's going to be a reoccurring theme with all of these games, okay? Because most of these games have really banger soundtracks, which is why I keep coming back to them. And the Tekken 4 soundtrack, lads, is so good, okay? I adore the soundtrack to this game. I also think this is one of the best visual experiences on the PS2, okay? This is one of the best looking games on the system easily. The character models look amazing for the time, okay? Like, the backgrounds all look really pretty, and just, I don't know, man, it's a really, really good visual game. Not to mention, like, the physics in this game are really good. Like, you can destroy a lot of environments and stuff. Like, this game, honestly, is so ahead of its time. I think this game was made in, like, 2002. Like, this is a really early PS2 game, so it honestly blows my mind, like, how good this game looks. Yeah, in terms of the gameplay with this game, lads, I've heard, like, some people don't like Tekken 4, and I've never really understood that, because I don't really get it. Like, it's such a classic game. I don't know how you can not like Tekken 4. Like, I've heard some people say it's, like, really slow, but I don't really understand that. It doesn't feel slow to me. Again, I'm not, like, super into fighting games, and maybe I'm wrong here, but I don't know, it doesn't feel too slow to me. I love all the characters in this game as well, lads. Like, there's a little bit of a story to this game, like, when you play, like, the different arcade scenarios, okay, and you can play the different characters and learn about their characters and their story and stuff. So I love all the characters in this game, and I don't know, man, it's such a classic game, okay, and it's also really nostalgic to me, because I remember when I first played this game, it was actually on a demo disc that I used to have, okay? I used to have this demo disc, and I wish I still had it. I don't know what happened to it, but it used to have Starsky and Hutch on there, it used to have Futurama, and it used to have Tekken 4, okay? I had those 3 demos on it. I used to play those games endlessly on that demo disc. So yeah, there's definitely some nostalgia to play into the fact that I love this game, but it's just such a classic, boys, okay? I don't think it's too expensive either. I think you can get this game pretty cheap. Yeah, it's easily my favorite fighting game ever, lads, and if you haven't played Tekken 4, you absolutely should, okay? This game is a classic. Okay, boys, next up, we're going to talk about Resident Evil 4, okay? This game, I mean, I've talked about it quite a bit already on this channel, but yeah, this game is easily one one of the best games ever made, boys and girls. Definitely one of my favorite of all time. Yeah, I've been playing this game a lot recently, okay, because I played this game maybe like about a year ago. Like, I finished it for the first time ever because I played it a lot as a kid, but I never actually got to the ending. So I did play it all the way through for the first time, okay, about a year ago, okay. I adored it. It was one of my favorite games, like, to play that year. It was just so fun. And obviously the remake has come out, lads, and I played through that. I adored the remake as well. I still think I prefer the original. There's just something about it that I prefer, but I did think that remake was absolutely fantastic, okay. It improved on a lot of aspects of Resident Evil 4. And recently, lads, I've actually been watching this game a lot, okay. My older brother's currently playing this on his Wii, okay, and if you watch my top 15 games of all time, you'll know that my brother loves this game on the Wii. Yeah, I've just been enjoying him play this game, lads, okay. I've tried to give him some tips, and he never listens to me. He honestly, he plays this game really weirdly. Like, he'll do really strange stuff, like he'll hoard like a ton of healing items, okay. His entire inventory is full of healing items, and he'll be on like red health, and I'm like, why are you hoarding all these healing items? Like, use them. But yeah, I'm just enjoying him playing this game at the minute, lads, okay. I obviously love playing it myself, and I just think it's one of the greatest games of all time. The gameplay in this game is just phenomenal. This game has incredible boss battles as well. It's just a classic, boys. I mean, if you haven't played Resident Evil 4, like, what are you doing with your life, okay? I mean, it is one of the greatest games of all time, okay, and the PS2 version is no exception.
Leon, help!
Well, I want to say hello.
Okay, boys, next up on the list, okay, we're gonna be talking about a Tony Hawk's game, okay. It would not be a Mcjell's second channel video without me at least mentioning Tony Hawk's. And the game we're gonna be talking about is Pro Skater 3, okay, and it could have been any Tony Hawk's, to be honest with you, because I play all of them, you know. I still play Pro Skater 4, I play Underground, Underground 2, American Wasteland. I play all the Tony Hawk's games on the PS2, but I wanted to highlight Pro Skater 3, okay, because I feel like this is the game that I come back to the most. And the reason I play this one the most, I think, is because it's just like, it's a really quick game. Like, you can finish this game in one sitting. When I usually play like Pro Skater 4, that usually takes me like a couple of weeks, okay, whereas Pro Skater 3, every time I play it, I finish it like in one sitting. I'll play it for like 2-3 hours and it'll be done. And that might not sound like the best thing in the world, you know, you don't want your games to be over too quickly, but it's so replayable that it doesn't honestly bother me that it's so quick, because I'll just play it again and again and again. And every time you beat it, you unlock new stuff, okay. The first time you beat the game for the first time, you unlock Darth Maul, and then your second time you unlock Wolverine. Like, there's so many cool unlockables in this game. And yeah, it's just classic Tony Hawk's, boys and girls, you know. I don't really know what else to say about Tony Hawk's. I've spoken about it to death on this channel already, okay. I mean, I talk about it in almost every video. Like, the gameplay is just super addictive and fun, okay. Just classic Tony Hawk's, okay. The maps in this game are absolutely fantastic, okay. Most of them are really good and iconic. And also the soundtrack to this game, boys. The soundtrack is absolutely amazing. But yeah, for whatever reason, lads, if you haven't played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, then you absolutely need to play this game, okay. Even in 2023, even though this game is old as shit, it's still one of the most fun games ever. Okay then, boys, the next game we're going to be talking about is Time Crisis 3, okay. I absolutely love Time Crisis 3. It's not my favorite Time Crisis, if I'm honest. And that would have to go to Time Crisis 2, okay. But the reason I wanted to talk about Time Crisis 3 is I've actually been playing this game a lot in the arcade lately. I literally have an arcade like pretty close to where I live, okay. It's about 20 minutes away. So I've been going there quite a lot recently, lads, and it only costs 50p per go there, okay. So I can just put a 50p in and play Time Crisis 3 at this arcade. I've been playing it a lot at home as well, okay. I've been playing the PS2 version to like practice to then go to the arcade and then play it for real. Yeah, it's definitely one of the best light gun games ever made, boys and girls, okay. I don't have a light gun, unfortunately. I really wish I did, okay, but I just don't have a CRT TV. One day I will get one of those, boys and girls, and I will play this game to death with that light gun, but yeah, unfortunately I have to play it with the analog controller. But even without the light gun, boys, this is still one of the most fun games you can play, okay. I mean, it's just classic arcade fun. Like, it's one of those games that's just super addictive, you know. You'll die and you'll have to start the whole game again, and you won't even mind because the game is so fun. Like I said before, Time Crisis 2 is probably my favorite in the series, okay. I've got a lot of nostalgia for Time Crisis 2, and I do think it's the slightly better game, but Time Crisis 3 is still exceptional. There's not too much to say about it, boys. It's just classic arcade fun, okay. If you like light gun shooters and you somehow have not played Time Crisis 3, then you need to play this one, okay. You can get it for pretty cheap, and it's just a banger game. Okay, boys, the next game on the list, okay, is going to be a super nostalgic one, okay, and that's going to be Battlefront 2, okay. I've been playing this game a lot recently, and I honestly didn't think I'd play it for as long as I have played it. I thought I played this game for like a couple of hours at most, okay. I was just going to play it because I was kind of bored one day, and I was like, you know what, let's play Battlefront 2, okay, and I ended up playing this game for about 2 or 3 weeks solid.
I love you, bitch.
Like, things started off where I just did a couple of instant action, you know. I just loaded up a little playlist and thought, okay, I'm gonna play these maps and, you know, maybe we'll call it a day. I ended up doing that, and I just was having so much fun, boys. I ended up loading up a Galactic Conquest. Now, I'll quickly explain what Galactic Conquest is for those of you that haven't played this game, okay. Basically, it's kind of like a board game mixed with gameplay. You basically have 2 opposing teams, okay. So, like, if you choose, I don't know, the Stormtroopers, like the Empire, then you'll be going up against the Rebels. And the aim of the game is to basically have all of the planets in your control on this big board, okay. And and you basically take it in turns to like move your piece around. When you land on like an enemy planet, you can basically, you know, start a fight, okay, and if you win the fight, then you end up taking control of that planet. And part of what makes it fun is you can like unlock different abilities, okay, so you can choose like the hero ability where you can basically play as a Jedi in the middle of the game. Yeah, it's just a super addictive game mode that I ended up playing for like hours and hours and hours, boys. I ended up doing like 3 or 4 of these Galactic Conquests. I think I maybe even did all of them. I was enjoying it so much. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this game other than the fact it's just one of the most addictive and enjoyable games you can play, not just on the PS2, but just ever made, boys. Like, this game is so fun. Yeah, this is infinitely better than the Battlefront games we got recently, okay? The ones that were made by DICE are okay, but this game is so much better than those, okay? Even now. But it's just such a classic, boys, and you could just play this game for hours. Like I said, I didn't actually expect to, like, play this game as much as I did, but I ended up spending a couple weeks just playing it every day because I was enjoying it so much. Okay, boys, the final game on the list that we're going to be talking about, okay, is going to be Burnout 3, okay? This is possibly my favorite arcade racing game ever, okay? And I only started playing it recently, but I just can't get enough of it. This is actually a game that my brother put me on, okay? My brother plays a lot of racing games, okay? And he's known about Burnout 3 for a long time, so I hadn't played it until this year. That was the first time I ever played this game. And the first thing I loved about this game, like, right off the bat was the soundtrack, okay? I was like, okay, this game's got some absolute bangers on here. Yeah, it's just such a fun game, lads. Like, if you could take fun and put it in a bottle and turn it into a video game, it would somehow turn out to be Burnout 3, okay? This game is just pure fun. You cannot play this game and not have fun. Yeah, I'm not the biggest, like, racing game fan, okay? I haven't played too many racing games. The ones that I have played are usually arcade ones. Like, I like the MotorStorm games, and there's a couple of Need for Speeds I like, and I do like Midnight Club 2 as well. Yeah, this one for me, boys, is probably my favorite racing game, okay? Because I've been playing this game for about 3 weeks solid, okay? And I still want to play. I want to get off this video and go play it now. That's how much I enjoyed this game.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, if you somehow have not played this game, lads, you absolutely need to play it, okay? It is easily one of the most fun racing games you can play. It's easily one of the most fun games you can play, okay? It's just super, super enjoyable. Anyway, boys, that's going to call it for today, okay? I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you guys did found some games to play, okay? Because, again, all 7 of these games I would definitely recommend. Other than that, boys, subscribe, and I'll see you guys very, very soon for some more juicy content.